if you were smart enough, you would have tried to involve Black Hole's album in the life of Pella. So it will get to his knowledge and you even talk about it. But because you are filled with hate, because it is Shatta Wale who is bringing him, into young can be, let's say something that will destroy the whole excitement in what Shatta Wale is doing. But God being so good, people were waiting to hear bad news. Hey, and Shatta Wale
swept them.
Yeah. Shatta gave the guy an excellent team. And from the horse's own mouth, the boy himself, he said Shatta Wale's how do you call it? Security. It's like fire. Okay. Now so Jimmy, you did it trim. So in your mind, you want to diss Sarkodie, you want to diss Shatta Wale, you want to diss those on the top there, at the top there. It be your gigs, your performances, your platforms you mount, and the numbers you command. That will count if you are part of the game or not. That is why, as an artist, when those silly narratives are coming from the industry people, you have to cripple it yourself. If not, you'll be crippled.
Yeah.
Me, court case. Me, court case. Opening court case. Ongoing court case. My mouth no go enter inside.
No go touch some.
But if they finish, and then the judge has made this thing, then based on that judgment, I can also pass my 1 cent. But ye be a case no, koso, mano, intimi nkebida.
Okay.
No matter who you are, I have nothing to say.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Well, sometimes when the issues come and some quarters do not talk about them, then obviously it means the job is not done holistically. It means the job is done half-baked way. Therefore, you need to make sure every quarters or every quarter will also make a commentary or make a speech about the issue. So I remember ever since Shatta Pella started, we were all out of the studio. Therefore, whoever wanted to come make a commentary should have held on for us to come back. And man like Long John, I've only been seeing his commentaries on social media, on his Facebook timeline, especially after buying the Benz. Now, right after that, he has not got... Right after that, he's not gotten the chance to speak on the issue. So today, there's going to be a salad of topics. We're going to make it snappy. We'll be talking about Shatta Pella, his opinion. We'll be talking about Sarkodie versus Ecobank, his opinion. And again, a gentleman who is giving us a report from America that Blacko's intended show and the fact that to him, what he saw looked like a flop. We'll be talking about these and many more. My name is Sammy Flex. In the studio, man like Long John is seated. And of course, we have to talk. Let me say thanks to Theophilus Digostam Tuga Desert for doing the production for us. Long John, how is your Benz? Shatta posted and congratulated you over your new acquired Benz. And that was dope. And in the photo, you're also looking dapper, like some fresh boy. Some Dada B-boy standing beside his Benzo. Charlie, congratulations.
Congratulations.
How does it feel to own a Benz in 2025?
That is one thing you gain if your own manager decides, you know what, let's go and do a gig. I'll call Long John. That's what happens. Let's go and do a gig. I'll call Long John. That's what happens. So that's basically Shatta Wale also trying to put me in the spot and telling people that, you know, he's still part of us, even though he's not part of the Pella.
I think I get a point now.
Exactly.
So that's how come you are quiet? Because you were not called for the gig.
No, it's because you were asking me congratulations. What do I think about the car? And I'm telling you, this is what has transpired. That has got Shatta to also say, okay, you know what? Even though you don't see Long John, he's still part of the team. This is Long John.
I see. So how is the Benz? You are running away from the question, but you answer.
Exactly.
So the best is there.
It did where it did.
Oh,
but
okay.
just like, Wale was joking. Those.
But I heard there was so much pressure on you when the call came.
Those are normal. One thing, people can't spot Wale when he's in his elements,
Playful elements,
yeah, being an entertainer. But you see, that was one of it, because there were even a lot of laughing emojis, you understand? But I believe anything what Shatta Wale says is more or less like a prophecy.
Yeah.
And it is not just a mere post. I know it will come to pass. It's something that will happen.
Wow.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Believe. Shatta and Medica, they have some a term like that. They say believe.
Trust.
So just as you believe, surely it will happen. But I know, like you said, Pella and Shatta.
But then let me also big up my boss, Prophet Eric Boy, which he owns that piece.
Oh, that's his toy, eh?
Yeah, that's his toy.
That's
one of his.
That's a machine. That's a
and
machine.
And he's soon
right
dropping the Rolls Royce 2025.
Hey, he's also acquiring a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, through the air.
I see. So rich men in Ghana. Guys, it'll be small for you.
Really guys,
well, so just as Long John said, the Pella Shatta Wale conversation, I know he has been watching, observing from afar, and he has been putting out his commentaries on social media. But in the studio, what does he say? Long John, let me first of all get your general impression about the visit and everything that transpired.
I think, let me be honest. You did a yeoman's job. It is you I'll give the credence to, because I believe in all the navigations and all the directions. If the manager doesn't play his role, on the grounds, things wouldn't look as sharp as it did.
Okay.
You understand? In as much as, you wouldn't have it as 100 as you want it.
Yeah.
Definitely, we didn't also hear any bad news. And that should be the highest high we should be looking at and also focusing on.
Okay.
I want to big up Shatta Wale too for, despising all the naysayers.
Okay.
Trying to walk over all the negative narration energy people were trying to transmit over the very profitable and efficient business he was trying to do to project Ghana in a very positive limelight. He decided to defy all odds and then do it for the sake of Ghana music and for the industry. Okay. And also to ensure that the streets of Ghana enjoy a bit of what the industry have always been discussed. Because trust me, if Pella should come to Ghana, what people look out for is FM station A, TV station B, FM station D, this D. It's only going to be media.
Yeah.
But Shatta Wale took this conversation off the hands of the media and said these streets need to have this conversation.
Yeah.
And we all saw the impact.
Yeah.
And I believe from that, a lot of people, I saw people write comments like, Shatta Wale, this is an opportunity to see you. This is an opportunity for me to tap into your grace again. Yeah. People have always shared their testimony of seeing Shatta Wale or having a feel of Shatta Wale, and it has changed their life. And I believe these circumstances are one of those that influence the life of the very people that always adore their idol like Shatta Wale. So basically I think it was a massive success, an excellent program, and one that has lifted the face of Ghanaian entertainment to another level. Because looking at the discussion that happened in the African space, it projected Ghana as a country that actually knows how to welcome people. We really know how to treat visitors with excellence.
You are right.
Yes.
Now, aftermath, commentaries from people, the signs, the numbers. Again, what do you say there?
So with the signs and the numbers.
Oh, let me even add headlines from blogs and news media people.
You see, with the signs and the numbers, with headlines and every other narration, one thing that really pissed me off from all the, I want to start with the negatives.
Okay.
Were the people that were saying, Shatta Wale is too big for this boy. Shatta Wale is too... Look, there's one thing we should understand as Ghanaians.
Okay.
Success has nothing to do with age.
Fact.
The success of someone, it has zero to do with your age.
Yeah.
Those years of, and I will cry with the it is then now they two tables. You have a boy that is able to look at one of our top acts in Ghana on a live and tell him that my audience watching you is bigger than the audience that can fill O2 Arena.
Yeah.
and you think this is not marketable enough for us to invite him. You see, and these are some of the things we need to pinpoint. First of all, the narration started with the boy. Shatta Wale has been in his corner. He has always been minding his business. He has always said that he wouldn't rush to do things.
True.
And this guy has always shown hunger online. Like, you can see genuine love and affection. Yeah. I want to meet this man. Please begging his viewers to enter his DM and tell Shatta Wale to respond to him.
Yes.
We all know how Shatta Wale busy is.
Yeah.
He's into real estate. He's into gold. He's into other private businesses.
Transport business,
Shaxi business. A lot of business people don't really know much about.
Yeah.
And let me tell people this. If you still doubt Shatta Wale owns a house in, how do you call it?
Transaco.
No, the Transaco, but yeah. If you think Shatta Wale still is a lie that he owns a house in East Legon, if you know any landlord in East Legon, ask them about Shatta Wale's buildings. Don't sit on social media. Yeah. Oh, I mean, most time those are the people that control the streets. Don't sit on social media and think Shatta Wale is poor. The things he says them because out of pain he knows what he gains. But the reason why he can't show it to you is because you use that negative energy you have on him. That energy you were trying to push on that small boy Pella, used on his business. That's why he doesn't show it to you guys.
Fact.
But I know people who know where he has sold 3 houses to people living in that house. That the people themselves, if you should go to their gate and ask who sold the house, they'll mention Shatta Wale's name. 3 houses in this Legon Hills. So don't sit online and be thinking what Shatta Wale comes to do is settings. The era of settings, if maybe there was settings, then it is gone. Whatever you see Shatta Wale doing now is reality. Either you are in support, real time thing. Either you are in support or you are out of support. Some of you were waiting for the car to get missing. But thanks to Pella, you had the feel of the house. You entered inside the house. So, per what you saw in the house, I hope that one to you tell me that it is what?
Settings.
And also settings. Minim dia mo train, but you wait till you die because that man Shatta Wale, you see what he did with Pella. First of all, the whole of Africa, our biggest streamer, who can have over 200k people watch a live stream on TikTok, and you are telling me he doesn't deserve any bit of what Shatta Wale did. Hey, now mebao. Ekon crowd with him. Ekon crowd with him. Obagana, you expect them to give him presidential treats. Sean Paul Bagana, you expect them to give him presidential treats. And someone who's reigning now, someone Davido had to invite. Someone, Tiwa Savage, had to fly in a private jet. Someone, Olamide, do you know Olamide? The street Shatta Wale controls in Ghana, which is like a state in Nigeria. He, Olamide, controls the whole country streets. He saw the need in inviting Pella to his studio session to premiere a song.
Yeah.
And this same boy wasn't invited by Shatta Wale, but he cried out loud, believing that because Shatta Wale is someone who loves humans, Shatta Wale, especially as he is a kid, Shatta Wale will see him and understand that he is a fan. And he's not just a fan who has 0 numbers, but he's a fan who will bring something to his table.
Huge numbers. Yeah.
Because Shatta Wale, you don't come close to him when there are no 2 benefits. It should be both ways. You understand? So if you are bringing something to the table, he also has something to offer you. And in his own wisdom, he said, no, you know what? Let me listen to this, my boy. He decided to reply his chat through his DM. And then he told him that he will set a date for them. And God being so good, the date was set. You see, that evil and wicked mindset. Then Ghanaians now had to change the narrative that Shatta Wale has intentionally brought Pella to destroy Blacko's album sales. Yeah. What kind of myopic and senseless discussion is this? At least let the foreigners have this kind of very own Ghanaians. First, you were pitching the album against Shatta Wale. It didn't wash. Then, now he has decided to, he has had a discussion with someone, scheduled flights, scheduled everything on a particular day. But because Blacko has dropped an album he's not supposed to bring the boy due to your your logic you think you get. No, we are going by that narration because Blacko drop album, so Ghanaian industry should freeze. Nobody should work. Yeah. We should wait after a month or two when Blacko's album has settled before everybody will start working. Into Uninyansa, and you sit online and you'll be propagating this kind of message. If you were smart enough, you would have tried to involve Blacko's album in the life of Pella. So it will get to his knowledge and you even talk about it. But because you are filled with hate, because it is Shatta Wale who is bringing him into young Kandibi, let's say something that will destroy the whole excitement in what Shatta Wale is doing. But God being so good, people were waiting to hear bad news. Hey, and Shatta Wale
swept them.
Yeah. Shatta gave the guy an excellent team. And from the horse's own mouth, the boy himself, he said Shatta Wale's, how do you call it? Security. It's like fire. Yeah. You understand the meaning of that? That is the meaning. Yeah. You are not passing through for you to even feel the burn. You just need just a little bit of that breeze from the fire, and you feel the burn. That is how tight Shatta Wale prepared that boy. Yeah. He made Ghana look so beautiful to stay in. Yeah. And for the first time, the boy has said, this same boy was the one speaking against Ghana when he was in Nigeria. But he said, this is the country he has had peace of mind.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you understand the meaning of that?
Yeah.
Do you know what it will take for someone to say this? You can never buy peace of mind.
I saw he made a post that, hey, Charlie, Ghana, peace of mind just won't buy me.
Ha! Yeah, that was the statement.
Yeah.
And this is thanks to Shatta Wale. They take the boy to a house. You don't know whether it is for Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale has not told you he owns the house. Immediately, hey, Shatta Wale and settings. They can't claim this house. Just say, you people are always waiting for negative news on Shatta Wale.
Shatta Wale will give them.
And when they give them to, that's what they pay me.
They won't talk, so he will let them talk. He will give them jobs to do. Just that this job does not have any monthly salary.
It's very silly of them because every day you keep talking negative about Shatta Wale. He keeps going extra higher. That be the painful part too.
Yeah.
Every negative you see in Shatta Wale, God doubles the positives.
Yeah.
That is how you guys do it. It's one kind of negative 2 now you have 4 positive amano. Because in the end, whatever Shatta Wale planned to do for Pella, he did it and did it so excellently that other Nigerians are now jealous and are calling on Shatta Wale and they want to come to the country.
They also want to come and feel the experience.
Even this Jamaican artist, what's
Sean Stone.
Sean Stone.
Yeah.
Has finally revealed they will be coming to Ghana with Vibes Cartel. Imagine. So your negative energy you were trying to carve for this whole thing. Look, success, I was saying before, success has no age limit. That boy, whether you like it or not, owns 2 hotels in Nigeria. He is as successful as any boy you think is good having a good living in Accra. Don't undermine him because he's uneducated or doesn't speak good English. This is one thing about Ghanaians. We always undermine people whose grammar are bad.
Yeah.
Oh, grammar is bad. Now you are strategically smart. That is what the world needs. So,
in fact, you paid those with good grammar.
Look at the workers that were around him.
Yeah.
Look at the people that were around him.
You paid those with good grammar. Those who think they have good
people for learn from Shatta Wale. He has always been saying it. And you see, this should also tell artists that you don't need to do too much to gain what you want. You just have to meet the right criteria. And yes, for flight yes, before people will see that, hey, this guy is a force to reckon. You just have to make sure whatever you find your hand doing, you do it with all your strength and all your might. Shatta Wale was called a local artist. He didn't fight them. He chested the title. He made sure he conquered all the 4 corners of Ghana. And it is out of that has forced Ghanaians to call the outsiders, the foreigners, to come and feel the vibe of Shatta Wale. And that is what is happening.
You're right.
You are fighting what you are fighting for. Shatta Wale sits home and he gets it at ease. The Pella people were fighting for on live. I want to bring you here, I want to take you there. He had Pella chasing him on video.
And that is what they should know.
And that is the beauty of Shatta Wale.
There was a comment put by Shatta Chicks. Let me get the name right. Yeah, Tasha. Yes, Tasha Chicks.
Yeah.
And obviously a Nigerian. And what she was saying really made sense to me, that Shatta Wale, out of hosting this Pella, has given that, or has cleared that wrong narration, or wrong narrative that Shatta is not welcoming, Shatta is hard to deal with, Shatta is this and that, and that this has given him that soft approach that, oh, the guy is easy to deal with. He's even broken the tension between Ghana and Nigeria over the years. And these are some beautiful commentaries that came from all over Nigeria and even in Ghana and around the world from those who are observing, because they saw, look at Shatta's stature, look at Pella's stature. But when the gentleman tagged down, Shatta came to his level. Okay, let's do it.
You see,
from conversations in his house when they were having their dinner,
people were there
and
saying,
all those things.
If Shatta Wale sees Pella, he will be on the floor. In the end, who was on the floor?
That one there too, I heard it was the Pella who said that himself. But at the
Pella said that himself?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it was when he was also,
you see,
Nigerians would say catching, he was also catching cruise.
In the end, who fall for ground?
That's the thing. In the end, who fall for ground? Yeah.
That be the thing. So you see, some of this narration, that you see, this thing we are talking, this Tasha statement she's speaking, I was highly disappointed. It never came from a Ghanaian. Why would we denigrate our own and watch a Nigerian see things from this spectacle? Must our praises be sung by a foreigner? Must our history be written by a foreigner?
Okay.
Look at the number of people Shatta Wale fed on the streets with that thing he did. I saw a lot of guys who have powered 5 CDs. Plenty. What you say? We do weekly, yeah, we did it.
Free money.
I had, you see, people don't understand the mystery between that thing Shatta Wale does in the streets. I know a singer at Rain House Chapel, right? Who said one time he went for a show at Kaswa, and he had gone to perform at a church.
Okay.
This thing I'm saying, if the singer sees it, I'm sure you will remember.
Confirm it. Okay.
It happened just Thursday, he told me.
Okay.
He went to perform at Kaswa. A church. When he went, they didn't pay him. He walked from the church, and then he heard that Shatta Wale was performing at Kaswa.
Okay.
I think Blue Top or somewhere like that. Then he passed there. That day, he said they were throwing money over there.
I see.
Which was Wale was throwing money. When he was coming, I think he was coming there. Okay. So he was throwing money. Or say, he was able to grab 50 CDs. And that 50 CDs saved him that week.
I see.
Gospel musician. That was the day.
A strong guy.
Yes. That was the day he understood what the streets have been seeing in Shatta Wale. Oh, Tinefie, 100 CDs, 200 CDs, no be money for you. So you think that is how Ghana is? Somebody's in Accra, just 10 CDs can make them bless you, your ancestors,
for life,
your lineage. But you think Ghana, Accra be the same? The guy said, till today, he's very thankful to God for the life of Shatta Wale, because that week he had no source of income. Anywhere hope will come from.
Okay.
Can you imagine if he had said a prayer, what that prayer would have meant? Then it means his angel that day was Shatta Wale, the very person you are demonizing online.
I think Long John has opened up the conversation beautifully on the Shatta Pella saga. Now, the next thing I would want to also get his opinion will be the recent happenings between Sarkodie and Ecobank, where Sarkodie is suing Ecobank for what he describes as image rights offense. And the conversation just started. Now, when you read online, those with small legal brains or background, they will give you all the angles. You follow the story and say, hey, so who is taking the lead? Because you read this, it sounds good in your ears. You read the other, it sounds good in your ears. So who is really speaking the real truth? Well, Long John is here. I'll ask you what he also thinks about it. The fact that, as it stands, a campaign started by Ecobank is creating all this wahala. Now, the campaign was talking about being careful of imitation, because there are some fake or there are some quack banks in the system, and therefore, if you are dealing with any of them and their services, you have to be careful. That was what the campaign was about. Now, this campaign, unfortunately, has an identity that resembles Sarkodie or looks like Sarkodie. And I'm sure this is what Sarkodie has observed for some time, and he thinks that, let's try them. Conversations have started. Long John has been out of the studio, therefore not much has been heard from him yet. Long John, what do you have to say about King Sark?
What I have to
Ecobank?
say is, me court case. Me court case. Opening court case. Ongoing court case. My mouth no go enter inside.
No go touch some.
But if they finish, and then the judge has made his this thing, then based on that judgment, I can also pass my 1 cent. But ye be a case no, ekoso, mano, intimi nkebida.
Okay.
No matter who you are, I have nothing to say.
Oh, okay.
So
at the moment, you know about it.
I know about. I have.
But you just want everything to settle.
Yes, because
before you be able to make commentaries.
The law is a bit dicey.
Yeah.
You don't know at what point that contempt may set in. And just as you say Kasabibre Wahoy, Edin from Swaneba. Yeah. I mean, a lot of talks can actually cause you to commit. You understand? And you don't know when or where you could. Okay. At some point, it might not be an opinion. It could be you trying to determine the case. Okay. And that can be a way of them trying to, also clamp you down. So
okay. So you want to wait till everything is settled.
Right.
Then you can come in.
Right.
Well, I like Long John's position and opinion as well. Now, let's move on to another story, and this will be the very last one for the day, where a young man who is in the US of A, after attending Black Sherif's concert and not coming out the way it did, the gentleman is releasing salvos on Team Blacko. What really are some of these problems? And I want us to look at it from the angle of Long John, and later we will also be speaking to it. We will just go watch this video, and when I come back, ask him, what does he think about the gentleman? Is what he's doing right, or maybe he's getting it wrong somewhere? Let's watch the video. I'll be right back.
I tell you, Shatta Wale, anything they talk for social media, it be true, Shatta Wale. I talk you. See the program where they come, or the people where they come, like 200. That is it. Blacko is good, but the show we come, it's only 200 people they come. Like somebody in Chairman Hall, they do the program. Yeah. To be true way they talk, Shatta Wale. Everything they talk be true. I did Chicago. Yeah. Where I go the program this night. All this my brothers, they inside. Everybody they inside. Yeah. Yeah. Few people.
Well, so Long John, let's continue to wrap up. And this about the gentleman who went to Black Sherif's show in the US of A, and things did not go the way he expected it to have gone. And many are saying, but why are you making it a big deal? Why are you talking plenty? Meanwhile, the gentleman made some allegations thinking that, Charlie, Ghanaian artists, we don't catch and things. All these brouhaha also culminating into the fact that Black Sherif's show had its lapses. And I want to get Long John's opinion on this. Long John, what have you heard about this gentleman and his commentary on Black Sherif's show?
I think I've seen the video.
Okay.
You see, And one thing I would like to say is, I don't blame the gentleman.
Okay.
I would like to blame industry people. Yes. You see, from the gentleman's perspective, what happened with Blacko's concert, you could see a bit of disappointment because he feels if they are comparing him to Shatta Wale, then he's expecting a bigger audience.
Okay.
That is the mistake.
Okay.
But this is a guy who is less than 5 years in the industry. You understand?
Yeah.
But because he dropped an album that made industry people to pitch Wale against him, so of course, now your biceps will be open. People are now looking at you as a bigger artist. So we are coming to Blacko's concert. We are expecting a bigger auditorium and then a bigger numbers.
Okay.
But what I heard from the beginning of the event is the event ground Blacko played in,
Okay.
right, was a secondary event ground.
Okay.
Well, the event ground that was first booked, they couldn't sell enough tickets. So they changed the event venue to where they went to perform. Where he went to perform. That's what I know about it.
So the first one was even bigger than.
Was way bigger. I think 1,000 something, but he wasn't able to. So, but
because I also know that they did some changes in the venue.
Yes.
But as to whether it was the same venue,
that was the same event.
Okay.
Chicago.
Okay.
You understand? So they changed the venue because tickets wasn't selling. But then again, you see, it will come back to the fact that we should allow artists to go through the process. When you keep painting the picture, Anna, who is the current artist? What's the name of the boy himself? Kojo Black.
Kojo Black, yeah.
Anna Kojo Black. Right now it's on Shatta Wale level. Hey, right now you this boy, you right now you the Shatta Wale. You get the hit song, give it in some. Okay. Now so Jimmy, did you trim? So in your mind, you want to diss Sarkodie, you want to diss Shatta Wale, you want to diss those on the top there, at the top there. It be your gigs, your performances, your platforms you mount, and the numbers you command. That will count if you are part of the game or not. That is why, as an artist, when those silly narratives are coming from the industry people, you have to cripple it yourself. If not, you'll be crippled. Yeah. You see what Shatta Wale did with Blacko? Black Sherif was smart. He also reposted that post because he knew he wasn't dealing with Shatta Wale. And there was a bigger picture he was trying to talk about. So, he's also trying to say that, boss, I not say I know your level. At the preach peace, as you talk about peace, I'm in support of it. Let me reshare it so the world will know we are at peace. You understand? But then again, if you say something to the ordinary Ghanaian, this is what industry people should understand. If you say something to the ordinary Ghanaian, they take it on the surface level. The moment you say Black Sherif, hey, right now you get numbers. It be the show he did there. That is why the guy was disappointed. Went to the show, like, hey, Blacko in numbers, like Shatta Wale said no go perform. Yes, Shatta Wale no go perform for it. The thing is, what is in his mind is, even Shatta Wale won't perform here. That is the conversation. Whatever, because look at how many times say, God bless Shatta Wale, God bless. Everything was centered on Shatta Wale. Why? Because he was the one who was pitched against him. So, Shatta Wale is your marking scheme. If you are not able to command those numbers as Shatta Wale, then whatever the industry was cooking against Shatta Wale was wrong. And the boy is right to do that video.
I get it.
Because he's a layman. He doesn't really understand industry conversation. So, it will be very stupid or silly for anybody to attack the boy. Because I feel like any layman, we are the ones who know better. Yes. So, we are supposed to educate them. Yeah. But here lies the case. When Blacko dropped the album, industry people that were supposed to educate them and make them know it is a style of writing. A writing skill someone has had that is creating characters to tell a story. Yeah. Instead of them educating them from that point, they decided to put names in there to force a beef. You understand?
Make it look like someone is beefing someone.
Yes, and in the end, we are not helping the industry because there again, you allow people who are now growing Blacko's wings to go to a show thinking of that other artist. Yeah. Hey, we have to beat Shatta. And when they go there and they don't meet the mark, they become disappointed.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
That's the thing we have to tell our industry people. They need to slow down the way. Blacko himself knows he is not on that level. And he can never talk to any of the seniors in the game, from Stoneboy to Shatta Wale to Sarkodie on any level. Yeah. He can never. you are having the streaming numbers doesn't mean you control.
Yeah.
There's a big gap. What Shatta Wale, Sarkodie and Stonebwoy do, there's a big gap. That is why if you feel they are pitching you against, that's why I love Blacko. He's too wise for the industry to pitch him against. He knows his seniors. And he wouldn't try to step on those things.
He wouldn't even listen to...
No, he won't listen to those
fact that
false
they
narratives.
are trying to pitch me.
Of course. Yeah. Because if he did, I'm not sure he would have performed there.
Yeah.
He would have cancelled the show.
Yeah.
But because he believed he's now growing, he believes in his journey. So he took the show and then did it.
Well, so I think it's high time as Ghanaians, we also need to change the narrative when it comes to playing some of these shows outside. Personally, when I see such videos, it breaks my heart because I will also be going there. I'll be going there with my artists and other projects. So I wish that whenever the opportunity comes, all Ghanaians abroad should pull up. If we have to go do a 200 capacity and just 50 people are stepping out, then wait till we gain. So yes, it is true. What a gentleman said might come out some way. I wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. But the message was clear that things did not go well. Can we solve it? Are there solutions to it? Yes, there are solutions. We have to just make a move like Long John has said. We will surely be chasing those that we have to chase to see how best this works. Well, this is how we end today's edition of the editorial right here on Sammy Flex TV. Let me say thanks to Long John, the people's favorite boy. He's here. I know some people are asking of him, where is Long John? Where is Long John? Well, Long John is around and he's back to take his due position as we go about to do our things. Remember to subscribe to us. Let's read your commentaries and know that here we say it as it is. The raw fact. Take it or leave it. My name is Sammy Flex. We're out of here. Bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Green select glucometer. Fact check it. Put sugar level, fact check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.